Hello.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Excited that you're opening your show?
Yes, very much so. I don't know where the last 4 weeks went, but here we are on opening night.
Here we are.
hmm
So can you tell me what most moves you about the best Christmas pageant ever?
I think the thing that most moves me or inspires me about the piece is that you have this small town that has a set of negative preconceptions about another group of people. And the way that Barbara writes the story, it obliterates those negative preconceptions. And you strip away the fact that, we may be different in terms of our socioeconomic status or whatever, but when you get down to the heart of it, we're all just people. And I think that that really shines through the story. At the end of the day, at the end of this journey to create this Christmas pageant, we realize that people are people, and that's really what matters.
And can you tell me what your favorite part of the play is, or favorite moment that you have in the play?
Oh, I think I have a lot, actually. I think one, and I don't want to give too much away, but when we actually get to the final pageant scene, when we see it all come together, that's a pretty special moment, and I think people are really going to enjoy just the transformation that's going to happen on stage. I love the first time that we see Gladys jump out and say Shazam and scare the shepherds. Any of those moments, they're very rich and they're a lot of fun. The other moments, and I don't even know if I can relegate it to one, but there's so many other little moments that happen in terms of just allowing the audience to see every kid's point of view in every pageant scene, regardless of if they have lines or not. They feel very strongly about whatever's going on, and I love those little bits of specificity that they're able to bring out in either in their behavior or in their verbal response. It just makes the scene come alive and feel very real.
What is, can you describe the culture of the cast and
Yeah.
how they work together and what that was like
Yeah.
on stage and the craziness?
Sure. This was a really interesting process because we have kids that range from 9 all the way up through very seasoned adults, some of whom have been involved in many shows, a lot who have never done a show before in their life. So you have all these different levels of experience, different ages, and they're all coming together for the same purpose of telling the story. So a lot of the time within rehearsal, we spent a lot of moments talking about building respect for one another and how we could show that in our scenes by being there for each other and providing what was needed in terms of picking up our cues or when we were staging moments that required physical activity, whether it was like a fight scene or anything going on, how we could respect each other in terms of the way that we are conscious of what's going on with our bodies in the space. But it was a very cooperative effort. You have, like I said, so many different people with so many different levels of experience coming together. But I think it worked somehow. It's this crazy potpourri of individuals, and I think we created something really unique and really beautiful. And everybody seems to really like each other. We didn't have any issues of dissonance within the cast or anything like that. And the other great thing, too, is we paired up our youth actors with adult actors to sort of serve as a professional peer. So that has really aided us, too, in just establishing good habits for the youth actors and so forth. But it was great. It was fun. We had a great time. We laughed a lot, drank lots of hot chocolate, and anyways, it was a lot of fun. They always say to never work with kids and animals in a show, but I disagree. I say I'll take on the challenge anytime because it was a lot of fun. It was great.
And the final question I'm going to ask you is, why do you think that Atlanta audiences would want to come see this show, and what will they get from this show?
I think they need to come and see the show because it is the only thing of its kind in town. And what I mean by that is the story is very honest. It doesn't veer to the degree of heavy sentimentality. It doesn't go so far to the other end of the spectrum where it's completely cynical in its point of view about Christmas. It has a nice, real, honest place in the middle. And I think everybody should come and see it because you know people like this in this show. they're probably sitting with you in the audience as you're watching the show. They attend your church or your synagogue or your school. You know folks like this in your community. And again, it's so strongly wrapped around the idea of embracing others and just opening up your arms, particularly at Christmas time, to take in those who you may not understand entirely, but you know that they, like I said earlier, they're human beings just like you. They deserve love and respect the same as everybody else does. And so I think it's different. It's fun. There's a lot of kids involved. There's great music. There's fun sets and some crazy costumes. And I just think it would be a great addition to the fair that's being offered around Atlanta. And it's perfect for families. And I can say this from the perspective of 4- and 5-year-olds who've seen the show already and given it 2 thumbs up in their own special way. So come on out and see it. We'll make sure that you have a good time.